Today we are going to see in Science-2 Chapter 3 Life Processes in Living Organisms Part 2. Today we are going to study the third part of this chapter. In the first and second part we had seen asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Today we are going to see sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction always occurs with the help of two germ cells. Female gamete and male gamete are those two germ cells. Two main processes occur in the sexual reproduction. First one is the gamete formation. Gametes are formed by the meiosis, as we had seen in the previous chapter. In meiosis, chromosome number is reduced to half, hence haploid gametes are formed. The second type is the fertilization. A diploid zygote is formed in the process by the union of haploid male and female gametes. The zygote divides by mitosis and embryo is formed. The embryo develops to form new individual. Two parents, that is male parent and female parent, are involved in this type of reproduction. Fusion of male gamete of male parent and female gamete of female parent occurs. Due to this, new individual always has the recombined genes of both the parents. Hence, the new individual shows similarities with the parent for some characters and has some characters different than both parents. Diversity in living organisms occur due to genetic variation. Genetic variation helps the organism to adjust with the changing environment and thereby to maintain their existence. Due to this, plants and animals can save themselves from being extinct. Now first we shall see sexual reproduction in plants. Flower is structural unit of sexual reproduction in plants. It consists of four floral whorls as calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium, arranged in sequence from outside to inside. Androecium and gynoecium are called essential whorls because they perform the function of reproduction, whereas calyx and corolla are called as accessory whorls because they are responsible for protection of inner whorls. Members of calyx are called as sepals and they are green colored. Members of corolla are called as petals and they are variously colored. So you can see androecium and gynoecium. Androecium are the anthers and filament. Gynoecium is the ovary, style and stigma, and together, that is ovary, ovule, style and stigma are called carpel and anther and filament are called as stamen. A flower is called as bisexual if both whorls, that is androecium and gynoecium, are present in the same flower. Example, hibiscus. A flower is called as unisexual if any one of the above mentioned two whorls is present in the flower. If only androecium is present, then it's called as male flower, and if only gynoecium is present, then flower is female flower. Example, papaya. Androecium is male whorl and its members are called as stamens, as we have seen. Gynoecium is female whorl and its membranes are called as carpels. So members of gynoecium are called as carpels. Now this may be separated or united. So ovary is present at the basal end of each carpel. A hollow style comes up from the ovary. Stigma is present at the tip of style. Ovary contains one or many ovules. Embryo sac is formed in each ovule by meiosis. Each embryo sac consists of a haploid egg cell and two haploid polar nuclei. Pollen grains from anther are transferred to the stigma. This is called as pollination. Pollination occurs with the help of abiotic agents, wind, water, and biotic agents, example insects and other animals. Stigma becomes sticky during pollination. Pollens germinate when they fall upon such sticky stigma, that is, a long pollen tube, and two male gametes are formed. The pollen tube carries the male gamete. Pollen tube reaches the embryo sac via style. Tip of the pollen tube bursts and two male gametes are released in the embryo sac. One male gamete unites with the egg cell to form zygote. This is fertilization. Second male gamete unites with two polar nuclei and endosperm is formed. As two nuclei participate in this process, it is called as double fertilization. So as you can see, now ovule will develop into seed and ovary into fruits after fertilization. Hence, this is called as double fertilization in angiosperms. As a result, the seed fall upon the ground when fruits break up and they germinate in the soil under favorable conditions. Zygote develops at the cost of food stored in the endosperm of seed, and thus a new plantlet is formed. This is called as seed germination. Next, we shall see the sexual reproduction in human being. We have studied in the chapter of heredity and variation that men have XY sex chromosome and women have XX sex chromosome. Reproductive system with specific organ develops in the body of men and women due to these sex chromosomes only. X chromosomes is present in men and women, whereas Y chromosome is present in men only. Now we shall study the structure and functions of human reproductive system. Reproduction is essential for any species to sustain its population. Organs of male and female reproductive system plays a central role in sexual reproduction by creating, nourishing and housing sex cells called gametes. It consists of gonads called testes, a series of ducts, epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct and urethra. Now this serves to transport spermatozoa to the female reproductive tract, and accessory sex glands like seminal vesicles, prostate and bulbourethral glands. Testes are paired structures that originally develop in the abdomen and descend into the scrotum, that is outside the pelvic cavity, maintaining the testicular temperature below body temperature required for sperm production. Inside each testis, a network of tubes called seminiferous tubules, that steroid cells which nourish, support and protect male gamete. Sperm maturation occurs in epididymis, which is located adjacent to the testis. Sperm transport through the epididymis, which takes 20 days. Now, epididymis is a structure which stores sperms. From epididymis, it enters muscular tube called vas deferens. Vas deferens contracts during the release of sperm out of the epididymis to the ejaculatory duct. So here sperms are mixed with the secretion from seminal vesicles. The ejaculatory duct enters the urethra, which serves dual purpose. One is transporting sperm to the penis and urine from the urinary bladder. Accessory glands like prostate gland, paired seminal vesicles, and bulbourethral glands, or it's also called as corpus gland. Prostate gland, seminal vesicles secrete seminal fluid or semen. Now, semen is a viscous mixture of spermatozoa and fluids from accessory glands. The seminal vesicle secretions are rich in fructose, which serves as an energy source for sperms. The corpus glands produce a droplet of alkaline fluid that neutralizes residual urine in the urethra, protecting the sperm from its activity. So you can see the different parts of the human male reproductive system. Next we shall see human female reproductive system. Now all the organs of female reproductive system are in abdominal cavity. It includes a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviduct, single uterus and a vagina. So ovaries are the source of ova, that is eggs. Now the fallopian tubes, that is uterine, which conduct ova to uterus, or which connect ova to uterus. The uterus connects through the cervical canal with vagina. Vagina opens into the vulva, and vagina always contains acidic fluid. Now every month, alternate ovary releases matured egg into the uterus. Ovary produces two hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Now it also prepares uterus for pregnancy. Fertilization happens in fallopian tube. So we can summarize that generally every month an ovum is released in abdominal cavity. Alternately from each ovary, free end of oviduct is funnel-like. So an opening is present at the center of it. So oocyte enters the oviduct through that opening. Cilia are present on inner surface of the oviduct, and these cilia actually push the oocyte towards the uterus. So you can see the different parts of human female reproductive system.